Hello, everyone, and welcome to today's session on Project Scope Management. One of the most crucial steps in ensuring the success of any project is properly defining the project scope. Without a clear scope, projects often suffer from scope creep, delays, and unmet objectives. Today, we'll explore what project scope is, why it's important, and the key steps involved in defining it effectively. Project scope refers to the detailed outline of all the work required to deliver a product or service. It defines the project's boundaries, objectives, deliverables, tasks, and any constraints or assumptions. In other words, project scope answers three fundamental questions. 1. What is the project supposed to achieve? 2. What will be delivered as part of the project? 3. What are the limitations or exclusions? By answering these questions clearly, everyone involved in the project, from the project manager to the team members and stakeholders, has a shared understanding of what is and is not part of the project. Why is defining the project scope so critical? Let me highlight a few key reasons. Prevents scope creep. This happens when additional tasks or changes are introduced after the project has started, without proper consideration of time, cost, or resources. A well-defined scope acts as a guide to keep the project on track. Sets clear expectations. Defining scope ensures that stakeholders have realistic expectations about the outcomes, timeline, and budget. It also clarifies what's included in the project and what isn't. Improves resource management. With a well-defined scope, the project manager can accurately allocate resources, assign tasks, and set deadlines. Without a clear scope, teams may waste time on tasks that don't contribute to the overall project goal. Serves as a baseline for decision-making. The scope document provides a reference point for any changes or decisions during the project. It helps in managing changes by ensuring they are formally assessed for their impact. Now, let's move on to the process of defining project scope. This is a step-by-step process that ensures you cover all aspects of the project. Step 1. Identify project objectives. This is the foundation of your project. What are you trying to achieve? Whether it's delivering a new product, improving a service, or building infrastructure, the objectives should be clear and measurable. For example, develop a mobile app to manage customer orders and reduce processing time by 20%. Step 2. Define deliverables. What tangible or intangible products, services, or results will the project produce? These could be reports, software, marketing materials, or other outcomes. Be specific. If you're developing a new software system, for instance, your deliverables might include the system architecture, user training manuals, and the final software. Step 3. Determine scope requirements. Work with stakeholders to gather detailed requirements. This involves identifying the features and functions the project needs to deliver. For example, in a website development project, requirements may include mobile responsiveness, a secure payment gateway, and customer review functionality. Step 4. Set boundaries and exclusions. It's equally important to define what the project will not include. This helps avoid misunderstandings and prevents the team from being pulled into tasks that fall outside the project's focus. For example, if you're building a mobile app, it's important to clarify that desktop functionality is not part of the current scope. Step 5. Outline constraints and assumptions. Constraints refer to limitations such as time, budget, or resources. For example, a project might need to be completed within 6 months or must not exceed a $100,000 budget. Assumptions are the conditions you assume to be true for planning purposes. These could include the availability of skilled personnel or that certain technology will work as expected. Step 6. Define acceptance criteria. Define how the project deliverables will be evaluated and accepted by the client or stakeholders. What criteria need to be met for the project to be considered successful? For example, for a software project, acceptance criteria might include passing all user acceptance tests or meeting specified performance metrics. Step 7. Create the work breakdown structure, WBS. Finally, break down the project deliverables into smaller, manageable tasks. This is known as the work breakdown structure. Each task in the WBS should be clearly defined, assigned to team members, and aligned with the overall project objectives. In summary, defining project scope is a crucial step in ensuring your project stays on track and meets its objectives. It provides a roadmap for everyone involved, clarifies expectations, and minimizes the risk of scope creep.